Good morning, dear students. We are going to begin with a new lesson from our EVS 1 portion, that is lesson number 10, Getting to Know India. Now, we all know that we live in the country of India. But how well do we know India? It is such a big country with so many states, union territories, islands, water bodies, the various physical features of our motherland. So, to get to know more about India with all of these, we will begin with our lesson, that is to get to know India even more. Now, I hope all of you all have your textbooks in front of you all, page number 44, and I want each of you all to have a pencil because I'm going to ask you to do a lot of marking on the maps. Okay, now in this lesson there are a lot of maps, okay, different kinds of maps of India. So I want all of you all to have your pencils ready. When I ask you all to underline, you all should be able to do so. Okay, page number 44. Let's begin. All right, now look at the map of India given below. It shows the different rivers in India. You all know what a river is, yes or no? So you must be familiar with some of the names. We are already aware of some very famous rivers like Ganga, Yamuna. All these are very famous rivers. But apart from that, there are many other rivers also that are in India, all right, which are very, very useful for us because it provides a lot of water for our country. They are often mentioned in patriotic songs. Our country is rich with many rivers, mountains, and plateaus. Some of them have been shown on the map. Which of the names given on the map seem familiar? Where have you read about them? On the map, encircle the names that you know. Encircle, just circle it out. Okay, now I want all of you all to observe the map that is given on page number 44. Can you see right on top? They are talking about maps, that is India map with the major rivers. All right, I'm just going to underline it for you here if you can see. Okay, India major rivers. Now all of you all must know this, very very important, that is the directions. You have right on top here is the north. This is the north. This is the south. This is the west, and this is the east. So you all must, and this is central India, in the center. Okay, so when I talk about places, rivers, mountains, if I say it is in the northern part of India, in the southern part of India, eastern part, western part, you all must know exactly where to look. All right. Now, if you can see, starting from the north of India, you can see many rivers, like, can you see the Indus here? Okay, then you have Bias, then you have Satluj. All these are very, very famous rivers. Okay, children. Now, can you see so many rivers over here? Okay, Ravi, Satluj, Chenab, all these rivers are all joining together, okay, in the river Indus. Indus is a very, very important river. All right, it also had a civilization that was that settled next to this river, or known as the Indus Valley civilization. I'm sure you all will learn about this in the coming classes. Okay, if you go to the southern part of India, now you all know where south is. Okay, you can see over here river Kaveri, very famous river. Yes or no? Then you can see river Bhima, river Krishna, okay, river Periyar. All these are important rivers. I want all of you all to keep underlining all the rivers that you all see. Okay. Now, when you come to the eastern part, which part is the eastern side? On your right hand side. Okay. So you get to see a lot of rivers over here. Which are the rivers? Let's start from the extreme east, that is river Dihang. Then you have river Subansari. Very is important and very famous river is River Brahmaputra. I'm sure all of you all have heard of this river. Okay, then you have River Surma. Okay, then you come down here, you can see River Hooghly. Okay, now all these rivers are also very important. Can you see the River Ganga here? Okay, all these rivers are very important, and they, can you see so many rivers in India, which tells you what, that India has a lot of water that is flowing in every part of India. Now when we come to the western part of India, we see a different set of various rivers. Like if you see over here, River Narmada. Okay, then River Mahi is here. Okay, now this River Luni. Now we know that here in this part of India we have a state known as Rajasthan. Rajasthan is also known as a desert area. What do we know about a desert area? That it does not rain a lot in this area, and that people have scarcity of water, less water available to them. But there is only this one river that flows through Rajasthan, River Luni. Very important for you to remember. Okay. Now, we have one more map given to us on page number 45. Now, here we get to see the physical map of India. What do you mean by physical map? Here we get to know all the physical features of India. Physical features like the mountains, plateaus, hills. Okay, we get to know about the gulfs, so all of the various physical things that we can see, all right, this is what we get to see in the physical map of India. Now, there are a lot of questions over here. You have to find out the answers. We will just do a few of them, okay, because you have to make friends with maps. You must know how to read a map. Now, I already explained to you that in a map you have directions that you need to remember: north, south, east, west, and also this is very important, where you have the name of the map that is given to you. Okay, so can you see India physical is given here, yes or no? Right here. Okay, now find the mountains and name them. Now you'll already know that right from the north, the most important mountain that we have, mountain range, is the Great Himalayas. I'm sure all of you all have already read about the Himalayas or heard about the Himalayas. Yes or no? And in the Himalayas, we also have the highest peak in the world, that is Mount Everest. Okay, so we should be very proud that these great mountains, lofty mountain ranges, are part of Indian terrain. Okay, now when you come lower, you get to see various other mountain ranges as well. Now I want you all to take your pencils and look at the map that is given to you on page number 45. You will mark down all the mountain ranges that you see. Okay, so, which can you see right under the Great Himalayas? You can see the Shivalik range. Can you all see that? It's right below the Himalayas. Can you all see that, children? Please mark it. Alright, then when you come further down, can you see by Rajasthan? You can see the Aravali range. Then when you come further down, you can see the Vindhya range. You can see the Satpuda range. Correct? Then in Maharashtra, you can see the Sahyadri ranges. You get to see the Sahyadri ranges when you're going to Bombay, yes or no? So, those mountains also are very, very important. Similarly, I want you all to underline all the various ranges that you can see. Next, name the hills that are shown on the map. Now, what are the various hills that we can see? Firstly, I want you all to underline towards the eastern side. Eastern side is towards your right hand side. You get to see a lot of hills over there. So take your pencils and start underlining them. You have the Garo Hills, the Lushai Hills. Can you all see all of that? The Naga Hills. Take your time, children, and observe the maps. When you come to the south of India, when you come to the south, can you see right at the tip of India, you can see a Kardom Hills there. Then right on top, little bit above of that, you can see the Nilgiri Hills. Correct? Then when you come to the Sayadri ranges, you can see hills there as well. The Mahadev Hills, Satmala Hills. Okay, I want all of you all to keep looking, observing the map and remember where these various physical features are. Where the mountains are, where the hills are. You should know exactly where each of these lie. Next, find and name the plateaus in the map. Plateaus are almost plain regions, but they do have little ups and downs, bumps. Okay, now you can see the plateau ranges. Okay, the most important one that we need to remember is the Deccan Plateau. Can you see it here? The Deccan Plateau. I've kind of circled it for you here. Apart from that, okay, you can also see the Mewar Plateau, the Malwa Plateau. Please underline those. Marwar Plateau. Take your time, children, and try and find out where various plateaus are. You can see the Maharashtra Plateau, Telangana Plateau. Okay, please underline them. Next one is which rivers originate in Himalayas and join the Indus. Now I showed you where the Indus River is. Yes or no? It's right on top in the northern part of India. Now you all should know where north is. Okay, can you see all those rivers over there? Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, Bees. All these are various Himalayan rivers. Why are they called rivers from the Himalayas? Because that is where they originate from. Because the mountains are so tall, they are so tall that right on top the weather or the climate there is extremely cold, so it snows over there. Yes, and when the sun comes up we see that these ice cap mountains, slowly the water or the ice begins to melt and it forms rivers, and all these rivers come together and they start joining one another, and we can see it how they all join and they form the river Indus. Next one, I want you all to do this on your own now. Write the names of the major rivers which flow into the Coromandel coast. Coromandel coast. What is a coast? A coast is nothing but the area which is joining the important water bodies. Now here can you see the Bay of Bengal on your right hand side? Here is the Bay of Bengal. Okay. Now can you see here the Coromandel coast? Okay, now looking at that, I want all of you all to see what rivers join the Coromandel coast. What are the various rivers? I'll give you one clue. You can see Kaveri joining. Okay, now you have to tell me all the other names. Write it down in your textbook or underline them in the map. Now the sixth question you have to do on your own. They have given you a number of rivers. You have to note the slope of the land. Slope of the land, how it is slanting. Okay, in each basin and write the direction of the slope. Now you all already know north, south, east, west. Okay, and how the river is, when you have a slanting slope, Okay, the river will always flow in that direction. Why? Because of gravity. All right, if the land is sloping upwards, then what will happen? Will the river flow upward? No, because of gravity it will keep flowing in a different direction. So in the river map which is given to you, you can see how the rivers are flowing. They have given you directions. Can you see small little arrows? All right, so using that you can complete that question. Next, find the lakes on the map and name them. Now you can see various lakes as well on this map. I want you all to underline those lakes. Right down towards the the eastern side, on your right hand side where the coast is. Now you all know what a coast is. Okay, can you all see the Chilka Lake? I'll try and underline it for you over here. Can you see this? Chilka Lake is over here. Okay, then you can see the Pulikat Lake here. Correct? Then you can see the Koleru Lake in the middle. Try and keep looking, keep observing all the various physical features that make up our beautiful India. All right. Now, find and name the gulfs and the direction in which they are located with respect to India. I'm going to give you only one gulf. Can you see here? The Gulf of Mannar. It's right down towards the south of India. Study the water bodies on the three sides of India. Find their names and write the direction in which they are located. Now, direction you all should know where it is: in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south. Now, here we can see three water bodies. Which water bodies do we see? First one, the Arabian Sea. Can you see it here on your left hand side, which is towards the west? Then we see the Bay of Bengal, second one, which is on the right hand side of India, or we can say that it is in the eastern part of India. And the third one, most important, is the Indian Ocean. Can you all see that, children? Please mark it in your maps. So you have the Arabian Sea, you have the Bay of Bengal, and you have the Indian Ocean. The Arabian Sea is on the western side of India, the Bay of Bengal is on the eastern side, and the Indian Ocean is in the south of India. Find the Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar Islands group and write and name some of the islands. Now, where can you see Lakshadweep? They are islands, no children? So, what is an island? An island is a piece of land that is covered with water on all sides. Okay, you all must have seen movies where you see an island. It's a piece of land in the middle of the water. Okay, so can you see the Lakshadweep Islands here? It is in which side of India? On the western side of India. And the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is on the eastern side of India. Can you see that? Okay, so we have islands on both sides of India. And there are various islands mentioned over there. You all can write down any few islands that you all can see. Which river basin is located in the northern plain of India? Now, can you see here the northern plains? Okay, here we go. Now, in the northern plains, the most important river here is the river Ganga. Can you all underline the river Ganga there, please? Okay, so it has its river basin. River basin meaning, what do you mean by a basin? Where the river is the most, you can say. All right. Please underline that, all of you all. Find the river Ganga, underline it. Okay, let's move forward now. Our country comprises of various rivers, okay, mountains, plateaus, plains, islands, etc. The Indian subcontinent is surrounded by water on three sides and tapers towards the south. This part is called the Indian Peninsula. Now I'll have to go back to that slide to show you. If you look over here, class, okay, you see that India is broad over here. Yes or no? Very broad. But as you come towards the south, what is happening? It is tapering, it is becoming narrow over here. Alright? And this part of the land, this like a triangle, can you see? Okay, this triangular area is known as the Indian Peninsula. Why? Because it is covered by water on three sides. One, two, and 3. What are the various bodies we seen? The Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, and the Indian Ocean. So this particular triangular shaped place or area of India is known as the Indian Peninsula. Our northern borders is defined by the lofty Himalaya ranges. I showed you this, it is in the north. Our country has forests, plains, and deserts. I've shown you all of these, yes or no? The expanse of a country is large. What is expanse? The area that we have in the country is very, very large. The height above sea level varies and goes up even beyond 8,000 meters. Now, sea level, now we already know that we have the three various water bodies that are covering the Indian Peninsula region. Can you see here also the Peninsula region? We have water on three sides of the land. Okay, now that is sea level, meaning in line with the sea. Okay, as we go higher and higher, we know that the Himalayas are lofty mountain ranges. Okay, so it can go high above 8,000 meters, which is very, very tall. Therefore, the weather condition changes from region to region. Now, in our country, we have a variety of weather also that we face. In some areas, it is very cold. In some areas, it is very hot. In some areas, it rains so much. And in some areas, we don't find rain at all or very little rain. Okay, so we have a variety of climates and weathers that we experience. This gives rise to a wide variety of plants, animals, and birds. Therefore, we see in India that there is a lot of variety of various plants, animals, birds. Okay, even the crops that are cultivated here are different. In some areas, only that particular crop can grow because of the weather condition. Please underline this. Wheat is a primary crop in the north and rice is a primary crop in the south. Please underline this. So you should be able to distinguish which is the northern part on top. So you should know that on top in India we have a lot of wheat that is grown, and down in the southern part of India we have rice that is grown. Okay, rice needs a lot of water, so we see that the southern part of India is covered with three sides of with water, so there is a lot of water there. Okay, jawar is produced on a large scale in central India, in the middle of India, here, this part, the center. This diversity has a significant effect on our lifestyle, customs, traditions, and cultures. Because of this diversity, because so much of variety is available, the people have different lifestyle. They live differently, they have different customs, we have different traditions, and also culture. People of many different castes, tribes, and religions live in our country. Many different languages are spoken. This all of you all are aware of, yes or no? We have different languages spoken in different parts of the country. We also see differences in food, clothing, and festivals and celebrations in the different regions. So I've given you the various costumes, all right, that the people wear in different parts of the country. Look at all this yummy food. I'm sure all of you all are feeling hungry, okay, looking at the lovely food that I have shown you here, and the various festivals also that we celebrate all over India, correct? So there is a lot of variety in our country. We should be very proud. Now we come to page number 47. Yes. Now on page number 47, they have given you a map that is our country India. All right. Always remember you have to read the title of the map, the direction, and also the index. Index meaning all these various signs and symbols that are given to you here, they draw it on the map. So when you look at the map and you see one particular type of symbol, and when you look at the index, it tells you what it means. Can you see over here this symbol here? What does it mean? That it is the national capital, which means what is the capital of India, class? The national capital of India is Delhi, New Delhi. Okay. All right. Now, I cannot discuss these question answers with you because we have given you this as um, your assignment. Okay, so you will have to do this on your own. Read the questions and you will have to answer and look at the map and answer those questions. Okay, so you will have to do this on your own. I know that all of you all have already understood how to read a map, and very very simple and easy questions are asked. Okay, so I'm sure you all will do this very very well. Now, India is a democratic republic. What do you mean by a democratic republic? India is a democratic country. What do you mean by democratic? That we choose our leaders. Have you heard of voting? Have you heard of elections? Yes or no? We have political people or political leaders who stand for elections, and we have to vote for them. Okay, when we vote for them, they get elected and then they become our leaders. That is why India is a democratic country. The capital of India is New Delhi, which I just showed you. Yes or no? It is in the northern part of India. Considering the area, Rajasthan is the largest state in India. Can you see here? I've given you a small little map of India, and there are various states. Okay, but from all the states, which is the largest state? It is Rajasthan. It is followed by Madhya Pradesh. Now, the second largest um, state that we have is Madhya Pradesh, which is here, this in the center, Madhya. Okay, Maharashtra is in the third place, so we are the third largest state in the country. Which is the smallest state? That is Goa. Can you see Goa here? So small it is. Okay, so the largest is Rajasthan and the smallest is Goa. Okay, now this is an activity which we would have done if we were in class. Okay, unfortunately, we cannot do it because we are all in our own houses. Okay, so you just have to read this and try and understand. Okay, let each person in the class choose one state. Use the following points to collect information about that state. So if we were in class, I would have asked all of you all to choose one state in the country. Either you could choose Maharashtra, or you could choose Madhya Pradesh, or you could choose Uttar Pradesh, or you could choose Kerala, Tamil Nadu. All of these states you could choose from, and you have to speak about the language, the festivals, the clothing, the dance that they do there. What are the landforms that are available? What do we see? What water bodies are there? Which forest is in that area? Okay. If you notice, we also see that after comparing all the states, we see that there is a lot of variety in the country. We see a lot of differences. In some states, only these particular crops are produced, whereas in other states, we see different crops. Okay, so there is this lovely picture given to you here, That is a sea fort. You'll all know what a fort is, yes or no? But a sea fort is a fort which is surrounded by water. Okay, now all of you all must have already seen or visited this place. Okay, you all have heard of Murud Janjira, which is in Alibag. So, apart from the Indian mainland, several groups of islands are also included in the Indian territory. You'll all know this. The Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. We've already done this in the map before. The coastal islands near the Indian mainland. All these islands have strategic location from the defense point of view. What is strategic? That they are located in very good positions, because if anyone wants to come from out and attack us, then we have the advantage to attack back, all right, and to protect ourselves. Long ago, forts were built on some of these islands off the coast of Maharashtra to safeguard the coast. These historical forts are known as sea forts. Please underline that. We can see several such forts along the Konkan coast. Have you all heard of the Sindhudurg fort also? That is also a sea fort. Okay, they've just given you a small little picture. Now, this map, which is on page number 49 and little bit on 50, these two maps also, the one on page number 49 and 50, along with page number 47, both these maps are there for your project. So we cannot discuss these answers, but I will tell you that this map deals with, where is the title? It's right here. Okay, India, some agricultural products and transport routes. So here you have to look at the index. Okay, now in the index you can see various colors of lines. You have to see what those lines are over here and what they mean. Okay, also with the various products, agricultural products that are there, where apples are found. Okay, where you have lot of onions, where you have mangoes, where you have coffee grown. All these are there in this map. You have to read the question, look at the map and answer them. Sorry. What's the solution? Now here they have asked you. Harsh and Tanishka live in Mumbai. They want to see the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. First they are going to see their uncle in Chennai. After that they will visit the islands. To make this trip, which of the routes of the map on page 49 will they have to take? Will you help them by tracing this route on the map? Let's go back to the map on page 49. Now, where is Chennai situated? It is in the southern part of India. So, here can you see Chennai here? Where are the Andaman Nicobar Islands? In the Bay of Bengal. Okay, now they have to make a trip from Chennai to Andaman Nicobar Islands. Can you see these lines here, these dotted lines? Now each dot or each line is a different color. Okay, the first line talks about airways. Can you see here? Major airways. So they can go either by flight to the Andaman Nicobar Islands. What is the other color? Major waterways. So they can go either by ship, by water, or they can fly to their destination. There is a diversity of plants, animals, and birds in our country. Diversity, a variety of. We can easily see this in forested regions. We can see a lot of variety of plants, animals, okay, only in forest regions. Therefore, it is our duty as citizens of India to preserve it. What is to preserve? To protect it, so that they will be protected and not be extinct. Extinct means come to an end. Alright, now one recap what we have learnt. We studied India with the help of maps. We studied the landforms and the water bodies in India. Through activities, unfortunately, children, we could not do this activity, but we realized that there is a variety of languages, clothes, festivals, and other features of India. We know that in the country there is a lot of variety. People dress up in different clothes, people speak different languages, we eat different food. We identified some crops and transport routes in India as well. All right, now here I've given you the answers. You should have done this on your own, but I'm giving you the answers, okay? The following statements, you have to correct them. Please write them in your notebooks. There are coffee plantations in the Himachal Pradesh. No, there are coffee plantations in Kerala. If you open page number 49, you will be able to see that the coffee beans are grown in the state of Kerala. Konkan lies in the eastern part of India. No, Konkan lies in the western part of India. Tripura is the smallest state in India. We've already done this. Which is the smallest state? Goa is the smallest state. The Sabarmati river flows through Madhya Pradesh. No, the Sabarmati river flows through Gujarat. If you open the rivers map in your book, you will see the Sabarmati river. The Sayadri mountains are located in Andhra Pradesh. No, we see that the Sayadri mountains are located in the state of Maharashtra. So with that, class, we come to the end of this lesson. I hope you all had fun with maps. Okay, I want you all to write those question answers in your books. And with that, we come to the end. Thank you. Don't forget to do your projects well. All right. Thank you, class. God bless you.